especially lovely to see all our guests. Thank you very much indeed for coming here to celebrate the end of the season with us. It has been a good season. It's been a sufficiently good season that the EFA, or rather Gareth, nominated us for Club of the Year. Which ain't bad, bearing in mind we haven't had courts for 30 years. And of course, being good sports, we let the Berkhamstedians win it, but only by half a dozen or so votes in more than 1,000 cast, I gather. So not a bad. Good. I must admit I was pleased with that. But nonetheless, it has been a good season, and if I may, I'd run through a few of the highlights, so we can celebrate those who were involved. First of all, as you can see, we've got a bulging trophy cabinet, which I'm very proud of. Adam's Cup from 1926, wood plate from 76 or so. Garrett's Hawke and Garrett Cup from last year. But almost a year ago now, as has become our habit, we go to Switzerland during the summer, to Geneva and then to Zurich. And one of us managed to go to Zurich and win the John Reynolds Trophy, which I hasten to add, for those of you who aren't familiar, is their name for it. But nonetheless,
we've got a name for it as well.
Well, it's in the name. It's in the shape of a beer mug. It could have been much worse. But anyway, congratulations, David, for coming back the winner of that. Right. The Hawke and Garrett Cup. We actually competed for it 3 times in the last year. We won it in Geneva, we lost it in Zurich, and we won it in London 2 weeks ago, or 10 days ago or so. Mostly thanks actually to an astonishing comeback at second pair, when all seemed lost, and I must admit I thought I'd misjudged it. I thought, by the finest of margins, I wasn't playing, Bobby couldn't play, but by the finest of margins, just Stephen seemed to arrange it.
You still can't believe it.
I was so finest performance. Came back from match point down after 3 sets to win it in 5. So well done, Stephen. Now the season started, I suppose, back in last autumn with the wood plate, which was won by a school leaver, which I was delighted by, and also by a newcomer to the club. So congratulations, Harrison and Chris.
We've all left.
It was a near miss. Alright, well there we are, the Adams. It was only a couple of weeks ago. It was the first time we've had such a Swiss flavour. For those of us who weren't aware, we had half a dozen of our Swiss chums come over and play with us. A total entry of about 26 players, but delighted that one of our Swiss guests did win with Harrison.
Is he a school leaver?
So as far as the national tournaments are concerned, we didn't do too badly. Before Christmas, we won our first round of the Barber Cup. that's very kind. I was very pleased. This time, for the first time, it wasn't anything to do with the first pair. It was the second and third pairs that won it for us, and very largely down to John here at second pair. It was a very good win. A very good win. That's the win that turned it. In the third division, we managed, after a season where it looked for a while like we were going to win it, we managed just to seize second place. But nonetheless, it was by the smallest of margins, by the merest jot or tittle. But nonetheless, thank you, Rachel, for arranging that so well. Second division side came fourth. I have to say, looking at the results, looking at the table, I would have put us third. We seem to have won more matches than the people above us, but no, never mind. But nonetheless, thanks Alex, who's not here, for arranging. Now, holding the season together like a golden thread, our Thursday evening practices have been going from strength to strength, sometimes 3, 4, 5 or more courts, which is an astonishing thing. I mean, I'm delighted that so many people come along to those evenings. But that is down very much to our efficient and yet friendly and affable. Who could that possibly be? Thank you. Meanwhile, it has to be said that we've been joined by quite a few pupils from the school itself, and we are delighted that our guest Dave Mew, well, not at all, and thank you very much for coming. We're delighted that you've got the job there as Fives Pro. You'll be teaching them the spirit of the game. I'm sure.
Cricket. Not the same court.
But lovely to see you here, and thank you very much for encouraging your kids to join us on Thursdays. Thank you, Dave. Now, as many of you know, we've got a headmistress for the first time.
Yeah, don't really keep up with current events.
There we are. We have a headmistress. Dan, yeah. But to her huge credit, she has been more sympathetic to our cause than her predecessors, her head teachers. And so, for the first time in ages, in that 30 years, really, we've got to the stage of being invited to make a proposal for courts at the school. Now, thank you very much, Rachel, for arranging the architectural side of this. But we wouldn't be in this position if it weren't for the master in charge at the school, who seems to combine a vision with a charm that has got us to this point. So thank you very much for being here, Peter, and thank you very much for helping. Now, literally, we wouldn't be here if it weren't for the aforementioned school leaver, who's a member of this club and who has arranged this evening. So thank you very much, Harrison, for arranging everything. So it's been a busy season. This is to say nothing of the Fives canon we're about to get, or the oldies versus youngies that we had a match earlier in the season. The Vets versus Virgins, as I think we referred to. But if you can make sure your glasses are full, if I may propose a toast. We've been going for I can't work it out. We've been going since the 1890s. But 1893, something like that. But with the help of people such as those in this room, we'll be going for, I hope, many, many years still. So, if I may, here's to Old Sits Fives.
Old Sits Fives.
Mm. and the waters.
It's that time of the evening when we traditionally give the Man of the Year award, but we've got a first this year because we've actually got a Woman of the Year award. So this is there were lots of contenders this year. It could have gone to many people, many worthy recipients, but this is a sort of an award that's accumulated over many years' service to the club. And goes to Rachel. Rachel. And the thing is, we haven't seen Rachel on court for a little while. We had a couple of injuries and things, but we hope to entice you back onto court, Rachel. But the things that you've done for the club behind the scenes over the years have been fantastic. You know, your attitude of can-do, combined with your ruthless efficiency, have been appreciated by us all. And
Welcome to my world.
In fact, if everybody had her can-do efficiency, you'd win everything.
Exactly. So you all know Rachel, and I think you probably all know that she's married to Mark. Just to be specific, that's not actually why she's getting the award, although some might think it a worthy reason. But Rachel's done lots of little things over the years, always ready to, boring things like organising the kit, which other people didn't want to do, and so on. This season, of course, with her ruthless efficiency again, organising the Div 3 team, and I think it was an almost faultless performance. I think it was just Bogdan was your only fly in the ointment, wasn't he? He won't do that again. It's like communication breakdown. And then, as John said, you've been fantastic in helping us, actually relight the dream of courts at the school. Rachel works for a firm of architects, and she's got her boss to agree to give us pro bono time to put the proposal together. So thank you, Rachel, for everything that you've done for the old sits.
Somebody go tell us that was the last speech.
帮你太长了。